Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to your daily tarot messages from Spirit on what you need to know today. This is a timeless reading, today being the perfect day for you to hear these. All right, so we are using the Celtic Tarot today. All right, let's see what we have. We are going to draw 3 cards as always. Direct messages, clean, succinct, clear messages from Spirit. Let's see, what is the situation? Spirit, what is the situation? We have the 6 of Shields, which is the 6 of Pentacles or 6 of Coins. One second, let's get that lined up. Okay, let's see what is the advice from Spirit. There may be some Libras in the group. We have the scales showing up, and 6 of Pentacles is about balance. The advice is a Knight of Wands. And the outcome, should you choose to follow the advice, is the 7 of Wands. All right, let me just line these up, and we are going to look at the bottom deck energy, which is Rebirth. All right, my pace just picked up. Rebirth is the equivalent of Judgment card in other decks, or in general tarot, traditional tarot. So let's see what's going on. So there is some sort of realization, standing up to your truth. The rebirth showing up in the subconscious, this is a phase, or this is a situation that is calling for you to step up to your own truth. It may be a completely different style of thinking. It may be a new life stage. This is with these 2 showing up, with the 6 of Pentacles in the situation and the rebirth, what lies beneath. This is talking about where we feel imbalanced in life, and maybe some of you have Libra in your chart or are dealing with Libras. This is all talking about the situation calls for balance. Your soul is looking for a balance, and what that means really is you receiving whatever or how much ever you put in. A lot of times I take this energy as a relationship energy. Okay, so if you've been feeling that the relationship is off kilter, where you've been giving a lot and not being able to receive, that could be a situation. And the other side is also where we are sometimes so closed off that we don't want to receive. Okay, so take it as it fits. But there's definitely a rebirth where we're shedding our old skin, and think of that, shedding the old vessel, where, when you shed that out, a new birth happens, and that's what this is. So the situation is really calling for you to see which areas of life you feel a little bit imbalanced and why. And the advice from Spirit is your real lever to pull over here with the Knight of Wands is, what is your way of life? Okay, the Knights are travelers, they're messengers, they carve the path. But with the Wands, Wands are representation of spirit, of your soul. That is the fire, the desire within. So advice from Spirit is, if you follow your true passion, and I'm being called to share, some of you probably also listen to Abraham Hicks or Bashar or any of the extra dimensional channelers. If you do that, all of them, regardless of how they present the information, always talk about, as long as you do what your soul enjoys, you will never go wrong. The path will never be wrong. And this is what the advice is coming through here for you today, is regardless of what other people tell you, regardless of what you have learned, you may be, whatever, 90 years old, and all of a sudden you realize those methodologies, those ideologies don't resonate with you anymore. Anytime you realize is the right time, it is always perfect timing. This time you're being called to say, okay, what lights your fire? Follow your own path. That is what is going to bring you true balance and true feeling of fulfillment within you. And the outcome here is the 7 of Wands. This one is a very beautiful representation. You'll see all these other wands are the people or the elements, or let's say programming or responsibilities that that kind of oppose us, but this person is on top of this, let's call it retaining wall. And that term is coming to my mind because literally there is a retaining wall between you and other opposing forces. You have made it. I mean, if you follow your own path, you will not require to create a balance. You will already be where you need to be. Whereas if you look at this imagery over here, this is your spirit team. They've got your back. They've got your back. There's no need to fight back. Hold on to your passion. Hold on to your ideologies, your your belief system. That is yours, and it's not your job to actually convince anybody else otherwise. But it's a realization more than the actual action or not taking the action to rebut against people. It's more than an internal realization that you have to realize you actually don't need to. You have a unique path, and each of these other wands, each of these other people have their own unique path. They don't have to converge, okay? So this is all about power, perseverance, and again, believing in your passion. I feel like a lot of solar plexus work that is required here, but in general, the only way to achieve this internal soul balance is if you follow your passion, carve out your own path, and stop worrying about having to prove yourself. It is not your job to prove yourself to anybody. It has to be what your soul calls you, okay? Wow, very powerful message today. All right, let's get to your daily affirmation, get you pumped up, and get you on your way. From the Soul Journey Lessons, what is the message? All right, let's see. We have regret. I know that I cannot change the past. This goes along the lines of the rebirth that we're talking about. So remember I said, even if you're 90 years old and you realize it's not your path and you change it, the focus should be, okay, change it, shift in the energy instead of staying in the past. So that's your affirmation. I know that I cannot change the past. It's the here and now that you're living in. Whatever steps you take now is what matters and not the past. So I hope this helps. Wish you much love and light. Go on and have a fabulous day. I'll see you in the next one.